High in the misty hills of Jamaica, there's a home where visitors remove their shoes, not because it's luxurious marble, but because it feels sacred. This is 9 Mile Farm, the heart of the Marley legacy. Here, Rita Marley wakes up to mountain air, reggae rhythms drifting through open windows, and the quiet presence of history. Today, we're stepping inside the place where family, music, and memory live under the same Caribbean sunlight. And before we tour the farm, let's rewind to how Rita's story actually began. Rita Marley, born Alpha Rita Constantia Anderson on July 25, 1946, in Santiago de Cuba, grew up surrounded by rhythm, resilience, and faith. Her parents, Cynthia Jarrett and Leroy Anderson, separated early, leading young Rita to be raised by her Aunt Viola in the Trenchtown district of Kingston, Jamaica, a neighborhood that would later become synonymous with the soul of reggae. From a young age, Rita was drawn to music and spirituality. She first showcased her voice on the Jamaican television show Lanneman's Children's Hour, where she stunned audiences with her rendition of Mario Lanza's Our Father, Lord's Prayer. Yet before her destiny intertwined with Bob Marley's, she pursued practical nursing at the Bethesda School of Practical Nursing, showing her lifelong compassion for people. Her path shifted forever in the early 1960s when she met Bob Marley and Peter Tosh, who were emerging as voices of Kingston's ghetto youth. Inspired by their energy, Rita formed a female vocal trio called the Solettes, alongside her cousin Constantine Dream Walker and Marlene Precious Gifford. Managed and mentored by Bob Marley himself, the group recorded for Studio One Records, producing hits such as Friends and Lovers, A Dependem, and That Ain't Right. These early years laid the groundwork for a new sound, raw, spiritual, and unshakably Jamaican. By 1966, while Bob and the Wailers began experimenting with independence through their label Wail and Soulum, Rita's role in the movement deepened. When Bunny Livingston, Bunny Wailer, was arrested in 1968, Rita temporarily filled in as a member of the Wailers, touring and recording with them. That same year, through Johnny Nash and manager Danny Sims, Rita and the group signed to JAD Records in the U.S., giving her the chance to bridge Jamaican sound with international audiences, a rare feat for a young woman in reggae at the time. By the mid-1970s, as reggae gained global traction, Rita's voice became essential to the sound of Bob Marley and the Wailers. She joined Judy Mowat and Marcia Griffiths to form the I3, the iconic female trio that provided harmony on timeless albums like Natty Dread, 1974, and Rastaman Vibration, 1976. Together, they helped shape the global identity of reggae, adding warmth and power to Bob's revolutionary message. After Bob's passing in 1981, Rita refused to fade into grief. Instead, she transformed her pain into purpose. Her solo career flourished with the 1982 hit One Draw, which sold over 2 million copies and became the first reggae song to top the Billboard disco chart. Over the years, she released several albums while expanding her humanitarian mission through the Rita Marley Foundation, focused on education, healthcare, and poverty alleviation in Jamaica and Ghana. Her contributions earned her numerous awards, including the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Consulate General of Jamaica, 2022, recognition from the International Reggae and World Music Awards, 2024, and the Winnie Mandela Humanitarian Award at the July 1 celebration in Florida that same year. Through it all, Rita remains both guardian and giver, the matriarch who carries Bob Marley's message of love and resistance into every generation. Today, that legacy lives not only in her music, but also in her 9 Mile Farm, a sacred retreat that embodies both her roots and her royal place in reggae history. 9 Mile Farm, spiritual land, sanctuary of the Marley family. Nestled deep in the cool emerald hills of St. Anne Parish, 9 Mile is not just a village, it's the sacred heart of reggae. This is where Bob Marley was born, where he returned for peace, and where he now rests. For Rita Marley, 9 Mile became both a sanctuary and a mission. A place to preserve her husband's legacy while nurturing the land and people who shaped him. After Bob's passing in 1981, at just 36, Rita transformed the property into a cultural and spiritual refuge. His tomb, built inside a white marble mausoleum, stands surrounded by tropical blooms, echoing with the rhythm of drums and the scent of burning frankincense during daily tours and annual tributes. Visitors from all over the world come here to experience more than history. They come to feel Marley's presence. The Bob Marley Mausoleum has grown into a living museum, featuring his childhood home, personal artifacts, and the famed stone pillow, where Bob often meditated and found inspiration for his music. Guided by local Rastafarian storytellers, tours take guests through Marley's humble beginnings and spiritual awakening, often ending with live acoustic performances of his classics. The entry fee, around $25, includes access to both the museum and mausoleum, money that goes back into maintaining the site and supporting the surrounding community. But Rita's connection to 9 Mile runs deeper than tourism. Over the years, she has supported local farms, health initiatives, and educational programs, empowering residents to sustain themselves through agriculture and arts. Her work ensures that 9 Mile remains not only a tourist destination, but a thriving, self-sufficient community rooted in Marley's message of love, peace, and unity. From the stone paths of 9 Mile to her ocean view retreat across the Caribbean, Rita Marley's life continues to flow like music, timeless, grounded, and full of light. Next, we'll journey to her elegant second home in Nassau, Bahamas, a seaside haven that reflects her royal reggae spirit in a whole new way. House in Nassau, Bahamas. Known as La Ronda, this picturesque estate reflects the essence of island living blended with understated luxury. Rita Marley listed the property for sale in August 2020 for around $980,000, but its true value lies in its soulful design and peaceful energy. Spanning nearly 3,900 square feet, the home perfectly balances comfort, culture, and sophistication, just as you'd expect from the matriarch of reggae royalty. The main house features 3 spacious bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, each designed to embrace natural light and island warmth. Smooth tile and wood flooring flow throughout, adding to the relaxed yet elegant atmosphere. The open-concept living and dining area encourages gatherings, laughter, music, and conversation filling the air, while high ceilings and breezy windows draw in the Bahamian sunshine. Every detail feels intentional, from the handcrafted woodwork to the minimalist Caribbean decor that keeps the spirit of Bob and Rita's roots alive. A highlight of La Ronda is the modernized kitchen, where timeless craftsmanship meets contemporary convenience. Outfitted with sleek appliances, polished countertops, and subtle island hues, it's both functional and welcoming. A true heart of the home where family recipes, stories, and memories come alive. Outdoors, La Ronda unfolds like a postcard. Sitting on nearly an acre of lush tropical land, 45,629 square feet, the estate features a sparkling swimming pool surrounded by palm trees, manicured gardens, and the gentle hum of nature. It's the kind of space where sunrise yoga, lazy afternoon swims, or quiet sunset moments all feel equally natural. The property even includes a 2-year membership to the exclusive Palm Cay Beach Club, granting access to a private beach, fine dining, and a world-class marina, elevating La Ronda from a simple home to a full Caribbean experience. Yet, despite its luxury, what makes La Ronda truly special is its heart. This isn't a mansion built for status. It's a sanctuary for peace, reflection, and connection. Here, Rita Marley's days are marked by simplicity and gratitude. Morning tea by the garden, reggae melodies drifting through open windows, and the laughter of children echoing in the background. It's a place where the Marley legacy breathes, not in gold or glamour, but in joy, love, and togetherness. From the tranquil beauty of her Nassau retreat to the rolling hills of 9 Mile, every corner of Rita Marley's world reflects a life built on music, memory, and meaning. But behind the serenity lies an empire, one that continues to grow decades after Bob's passing. Let's take a closer look at how Rita transformed love, legacy, and rhythm into a fortune that sustains the entire Marley dynasty. Income and net worth. With an estimated net worth of $50 million, Rita's fortune reflects not only her late husband's enduring impact, but also her own decades of dedication, business acumen, and musical passion. As the matriarch of the Marley family, she's managed to keep reggae's royal heritage thriving, from the recording studio to international ventures that reach every corner of the world. After Bob's passing in 1981, Rita took on the responsibility of managing the family's interests through the Bob Marley Group of companies and the Marley Estate Trust. Her most consistent and powerful source of income comes from music royalties. Bob Marley's songs, timeless anthems like One Love, Redemption Song, and Three Little Birds, continue to generate millions annually through streaming, album sales, and licensing deals in films and advertisements. Rita oversees a significant portion of these royalties, estimated between $5 to $10 million, ensuring that Bob's message of unity and freedom continues to resonate and remain profitable. But Rita's financial success isn't just inherited, it's earned. As a singer and performer in her own right, she built her own catalog and identity beyond Bob's shadow. Through her solo albums such as Who Feels It Knows It, 1981, and Harambe, 1982, along with her contributions as part of I3's, she has earned steady royalties between $500,000 and $1 million. These works have cemented her as a cornerstone of reggae harmony, her voice synonymous with both strength and soul. Beyond music, Rita expanded into merchandise and licensing deals, managing one of the most recognizable brands in global pop culture, Bob Marley. From apparel and accessories to home decor and lifestyle products, the Marley name generates millions annually. Recent collaborations and the massive success of the 2024 biopic Bob Marley One Love brought a fresh wave of exposure and revenue, estimated between $2 and $5 million in additional licensing and intellectual property earnings. Rita also benefits from music publishing rights and international sync deals, which continue to keep Bob's work, and by extension her share, thriving. Through her publishing network, she earns approximately $1 to $3 million annually, as Bob Marley's lyrics and melodies remain fixtures in documentaries, commercials, and streaming platforms worldwide. And then there's the Bob Marley Museum in Kingston, once the Marley family home, now one of Jamaica's top tourist destinations. Rita was the visionary behind its transformation, turning it into both a cultural institution and a thriving business. The museum's ticket sales, guided tours, and official merchandise contribute another $500,000 to $1 million annually. For visitors, it's a pilgrimage. For the family, it's a living tribute that continues to inspire and sustain. Even her storytelling has found commercial success. Rita's 2004 memoir, No Woman, No Cry, My Life with Bob Marley, gave fans an intimate glimpse into her journey as a wife, mother, and artist. The book became an international bestseller, adding an estimated $100,000 to $200,000 in royalties. A modest but heartfelt reminder that her life story itself carries tremendous value. But what truly defines Rita isn't her wealth. It's what she's done with it. From scholarships and community projects to health and education initiatives, her heart has always been with the people. Next, let's explore how Rita Marley has turned her success into a lifelong mission of giving back through philanthropy, empowerment, and love. Philanthropy. In 2000, she founded the Rita Marley Foundation, a nonprofit organization committed to poverty alleviation, education, and women's and children's empowerment across Jamaica, Ghana, and the wider African diaspora. The foundation funds scholarships, builds schools, supports elder care, and provides health and nutrition programs for vulnerable families. One of its most touching efforts was the adoption of 35 children in Ethiopia, where Rita also financed educational initiatives and community centers. The organization continues to partner with local churches, schools, and NGOs, ensuring long-term, grassroots impact rather than one-time donations. As chair of the Bob Marley Foundation, she also extended the family's charitable reach in Jamaica. The foundation provides scholarships to thousands of underprivileged youth, supports elderly homes, and leads national disaster response programs. Most recently, it collaborated with Food for the Poor to deliver hurricane recovery kits after the 2024 Hurricane Beryl disaster, helping hundreds of displaced families rebuild their lives. Rita's philanthropy doesn't stop at home. Through the Bob and Rita Marley Foundation, she and her children have spearheaded sports development and relief campaigns, including a $500,000 donation to Netball Jamaica's U21 Sunshine Girls training program and a global fundraiser for Hurricane Melissa victims in 2025. These efforts underscore her belief that music's message of love must be matched by meaningful humanitarian work. For Rita Marley, charity isn't about recognition. It's about responsibility. She once said, "If you've been blessed, you must bless others." And in doing so, she has built a legacy of love that reaches far beyond the Marley name. Personal life. She and Bob Marley were married on February 10, 1966, in Kingston, Jamaica, beginning a partnership that would define the spiritual and cultural heartbeat of reggae. Before their union, Rita had a daughter, Sharon, born in 1964, whom Bob lovingly adopted as his own. Together, they built a family of 3 children: Sadella, born 1967, David Ziggy, born 1968, and Stephen, born 1972, each of whom carried the torch of their parents' musical and social legacy. Both Ziggy and Stephen would go on to become Grammy-winning artists, ensuring that the Marley name continued to inspire future generations. Rita's family life was filled with both love and hardship. She later had 2 more daughters, Stephanie, born 1974, and Sarita, born 1985, expanding the Marley clan with even deeper bonds of unity and faith. But life tested Rita in unimaginable ways. On December 3, 1976, amid rising political violence in Jamaica, gunmen attacked the Marley home just days before Bob was set to perform at the Smile Jamaica concert. Bob was grazed by a bullet, but Rita was critically injured, shot in the head while sitting in her car outside the house. Miraculously, she survived after surgery, the bullet lodged between her scalp and skull. That near-death experience became a turning point, deepening her spirituality and her belief that her life had divine purpose. In her later years, Rita faced further trials, including a stroke in 2016 that affected her mobility and speech. Yet she remains surrounded by her children and grandchildren, who continue to honor her strength and legacy. Even when rumors falsely claimed her passing in 2021, Rita's enduring presence proved that her spirit, much like her music, could not be silenced. Her life, marked by survival, motherhood, and faith, stands as a testament to resilience, the same force that powered the music of the Marleys and continues to echo across generations. Thank you for watching and for always supporting our channel. Your likes, comments, and shares help us keep telling stories that inspire. Stay tuned. More incredible journeys are on the way. Until next time, keep dreaming big and believing even bigger.